morning. So a couple days ago, I had a subscriber mention that he was going to play more Big Country Pro football. I was curious if I was going to ever play more of it on the channel. And ironically, over the last couple of weeks, I've been thinking exactly about playing more Big Country football, Big Country Pro football. But I've had other things to do. I've been busy writing my second fantasy novella, the second book in the series is going to be, it's going to be a trilogy of books. So I've been editing that. Anyway, and so I decided I'd go ahead and get out of Big Country Pro football and play my American Pro Football League teams from the set. For those who are curious, this exact chart and these teams, this team collection, which features some real teams and some of my fictional leagues that are all rated to play any version of Big Country 2D20. The 2D20 version, Big Country 1, Revised, Big Country Pro, etc. And the latest book that was finished in February of this year that I consider the official version. There are other versions, the comic book version is available free in the Google Drive. The Pro version is available free on the Google Drive. This file and this set of teams featuring some NFL history, some AAFC history, some of my fictional leagues rated, all for Big Country football. But I'm going to play Big Country Pro this morning. And again, these charts and this team set is available free on the Google Drive, along with the actual rule book for Big Country Pro and the original Big Country football comic book, which is, remember, that is the oldest version, so it's going to be the more difficult to read, and it's going to be completely original in many ways to what it's evolved to. So Big Country football was designed to replicate a style of football that I wanted to enjoy, set in a kind of a pre-modern era style of football, rough and tumble, low scoring, can be explosive style of 40s American football for, that universe that I created. And it works, and it's unbelievable, and I've played more of it than anything. However, I then later said I would like to make like a pro version that would be better for kind of a wide open modern version of football that's faster, fun, and a little more explosive in scoring. And so I came up with a chart that incorporated special teams play as opposed to a static number from your team charts, and then of course a different set of results for the chart. And then this led to me taking Big Country football and incorporating both ideas, sculpting Big Country football down where I would have special teams on the Big Country charts, would not be as explosive. But basically this, the original Big Country led to me expanding it for Canadian high school, college, pro football, kind of more explosive, faster, simpler, and with dynamic special teams. And then this and that combined, peanut butter and chocolate became the Reese's 2D20 football game, which is the final book, the February 22nd book, which can be purchased on Lulu. This is still, my first season of Big Country Football 48 that I play on the channel features this version of charts. So much fun. Today we're going to play my American Pro Football League. This league was built for Field General Football, which is my flash football game. It's a 24-team professional league of fictional teams. I took all those teams from Field General Football and I rated them to be used in Big Country Football. And so today we're going to play the Phoenix Apache versus the New York Americans. We are in New York. Phoenix has a below-average quarterback, a fantastic backfield, a solid receiving core. On their defensive side of the ball, they have a somewhat porous defensive line. Their linebackers are solid, and their DBs tend to give up a few more yards. The New York Americans have the same problem at quarterback. They're a little below average at quarterback. Their running backs are solid, and they don't have a receiving core that bolsters the quarterback like Phoenix does. This team also a little porous with a defensive line. Their linebacking unit is their best unit. They are above average, and their DBs again give up slightly more yardage in over the course of a season. Okay, without further ado, using my again, I would call them really my YouTube rules. I use 16 possession games, and the home team always gets the ball first, so they will always get the ball last. That is home field advantage. That is in my rule books, but I pretty much do that for every football game I play. 16 possessions. This is how I set it up, and I do this whether I'm playing Stratomatic, Apple, whatever. So for those who watch me play any full football games, I generally do this for YouTube. This particular thing doesn't change for YouTube generally. Okay, so here we go. And remember, this is our offensive dive. This is the offensive play call, which can be adjusted by the defensive quality. Right? It can change plays, or it can make plays worse, or it can improve plays based on the defensive. So you roll the offensive dive, but the defensive unit can make that play different. This is for any secondary results that must be met to achieve a secondary result. This is used when there's a D6 requirement, like the quarterback being sacked for a loss. So here we go. New York, we're going to start with a kick return. So New York's kick return man is going to pull it out. And I don't have guys named for these teams. These teams were built and provided in a set, and I didn't give any names to anybody. 23-yard line. So the New York Americans return it out to the 23-yard line. First down for the New York Americans, and here we go. New York. The quarterback snaps the ball. It's going to be a handoff up the gut for 8 yards. Remember their back, I talked about. Good backfield. 8's going to bring them up to 31. It is 2nd and 2. These two dice did not get called into play, so we just ignore them. 2nd and 2. The fans like that first play. They snap the ball. It's going to be another run for 1 yard. 3rd and 1. They're in a 3rd and short situation. What will they do? I would call a play action here. It's the perfect time to catch them trying to stop the run. But 17, it is indeed a play action pass. Their quarterback will lower this chance. So 13 plus, it will be incomplete. Their quarterback lowers it to 12 plus. The receiver doesn't modify. So 12 and up, it's incomplete. 17, ball is incomplete. And they're going to have to punt the ball. So New York, on their first drive, despite getting 9 yards, will find themselves on a risky play action pass down the field. They're going to have to punt. And again, green is punt, blue is punt return. So 14 on our punt is going to be 45 yards. 10, 20, 30, 40. And 5 puts it at 23. The return is 3. This ought to be a fair catch. And the Phoenix Apache, not plural. It's not the Apaches, it's Apache. Phoenix Apache. Fair catch the ball at their own 23-yard line. Can Phoenix get the job done? Again, this team has got good receivers, good backs. Their quarterback is not great. We have not seen their defense come into play yet. It was all runs by the Americans. All right, the Apache go to work. 16 is going to be a pass. It's going to be complete. I am checking to see if it's modified. It is not modified enough. So 16 is going to be a 7-yard strike. So he strikes on a quick slant pass out to his wide receiver, 7 yards, 2nd and 3. It's going to be another pass out of the backfield. He floats it out to his halfback. It's going to pick up 5. It's the first down. The fans here in New York, while watching on as the Phoenix Apache have completed back-to-back passes. Snaps the ball. It's going to be a fumble. Potential loss. It is not. The ball is not fumbled. It's just be the quarterback tries to run for a yard, or the halfback runs for a yard. She tries to run, doesn't get anything. So we can see this in a legit fumble that may or may not be recovered. If we want to track it as a fumbled snap or something, or we can just, if it doesn't occur, it's just a 0 run. 2nd down and 10. As Phoenix is hammered at the line of scrimmage by that very good linebacking core of the Americans. Snaps the ball. 7 is going to be a run for 3. So they hand it off again, this time to their halfback. He's going to get 3. It's 3rd and 7. We did not need the other 2 dice. So this game is faster because there's less defensive checks, and the game is more explosive because there's a straight touchdown on the charts. So just like that, there can be a score. So that's what makes it perfect for pro, Canadian, high school, college. It's what makes it faster to play, a little more intuitive, and it makes it more explosive. The original game is much more rough and tumble, hardcore. Snaps the ball. It's going to be an interception chance, and yes, it is. It's picked off, so their quarterback drops back to pass, looks, pumps, fires. Linebacker's going to pick this off, so it's going to be a QB interception. Their linebackers are -1, so again, there is nothing telling me that. Again, narratively, I know from their ratings what this must look like. Quarterback with a -1, I'm going to give the linebacker the interception, intercepted by linebacking unit. And let's go ahead and make that return. And your special teams always start from either the end of a punt, from line of scrimmage to punt, and then from the punt to the return. Kickoffs are always done from the goal line out. Interceptions are always returned backward from the line of scrimmage. That will incorporate the length of in which we don't know where they picked it off, but wherever it lands is where they return it. 5 is going to be a return of 3 backward. So down to the 35, and this puts the New York Americans in prime location to be the first team to score. The fans on their feet cheering as their stud outside linebacker jumps that dink pass to a tight end and returns it 3 back. The crowd on their feet here, they quiet as their quarterback comes to the line of scrimmage and snaps the ball. It's going to be a pass, and it's going to be completed, though. This check does not affect the result. It's a 1, so it's completely impossible. 17 is a 9-yard strike, so he throws a quick strike down to the 26-yard line, 2nd and 1. Slant pass to their flanker. 10 is going to be a run for 11. He hands it off up the gut and tears through. Down to the 15, first down. The crowd roars as their fullback pounds through, tears through the defense, and is drugged down. The New York Americans now on 1st and 10 at the 15 of the Apache. They're sitting pretty here at home. First team to score will be the hometown team, I think. Yep. Touchdown. So all this tells me, if I roll that 20, it's an automatic touchdown no matter where we're at on the field. This tells me what kind of touchdown. 9 and 9 plus. So 1 to 8 would be a run touchdown. 9 or more would be a pass touchdown. So he drops back, flings a fade route into the end zone. So the New York quarterback will throw a 15-yard, 15 pass, 2 split in fade route, and the extra point. We roll. If it's a 1, it's no good. Nope, it's good. PAT's good, and the crowd here roars as the New York Americans have turned an interception by Phoenix in their own territory into a 15-yard touchdown pass to the split in. Kick return for the Apache. 20. Oh, is a chance going to touchdown. Right? Here we go. If I roll a 20, it's a touchdown. So another chance? No. Wait a second. Or is it? I can't remember. Some of my rules have changed. 15 plus. So I rolled a 10. See, I knew that. So 15 plus would have been a touchdown. So it is not, but they do return it out to the 30. So he breaks into the open. He gets tripped up by the final man with good angle on him. And Phoenix will wrap up the first quarter with this drive. And we will have completed the first quarter. I haven't played big country pro football in a long time, folks. Fantastic. I love the ease of play, too. His quarterback sack, loss of 7. Just like that, he gets hammered. Blindside blitz by one of these minus linebackers. Well, I don't record that, but we get a sack. The New York Americans are right now on defense, getting a lot from their linebackers. An interception and a sack. The crowd roars. It's 2nd and 17. Holy cow, 2nd and 17. 10 is going to be a handoff on a draw play just to get some of it back. He ends up breaking tackles through that porous defensive line, picks up 11. So they're up to the 34. It's now 3rd and 6. 3rd and 6. Yep, 3rd and 6. Can Phoenix keep this thing going? 17. It's a pass for 9, except it is batted away at the last minute. Again, trying to dump it down to their tight end, maybe in a button hook at the first down marker. And a linebacker jumps it, puts a finger on it, bats it away. It's 4th down. And Phoenix is going to be forced to punt this one out of their own territory. So again, punt return. The punt is 8, 39 yards. 10, 20, 30, 40. 39, I'll put it to 27. Oh, and they have a chance to return it for a touchdown. 16. If this is 15 or up, it'll be a touchdown by the New York Americans. No, they are going to return it 16, though. 10, up to the 43, first down. The crowd roars as they have seen the New York Americans dominate this, darn near return that for a touchdown. Phoenix 0. The hometown New York Americans are up 7-0 here to start the second quarter. All right, New York comes out after a chat, after a commercial break. The quarterback comes out after a long chat with his head coach. And again, I haven't named coaches or anything for these field general football teams. I probably will if I choose to play more of my old. This is a set that was made a long time ago for Flash football. Here we go. The New York Americans. It's going to be a run, big run potential. +1, 8. Nope, he's tripped up for 6. We'll still take 6. That's big enough run. Up to the 49, second down. So they're +1 back, gets 6 yards. Could have been a big run. Second down and 4. They snap the ball. It's going to be another run, this time for 8 as they hand it off again. And he bounces to the edge, takes it outside. He's going to go down to the 8. That's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Down to the 43. First down at the 43 of the Phoenix Apache. And the New York Americans are driving again here to start the second quarter. Snaps the ball. It's going to be a pass for 16. DL shifts it up one. It's going to be a quarterback scrambles for 6 yards. Nice. That was looking to be a completed pass, but the defensive line flushed him, and he runs for 6 yards. That's beautiful. Up down to the 37-yard line, second 4. And the New York Americans at home for this opener look really good. Snaps the ball. It's going to be a quarterback scramble again, so they flush him a second time, and he goes for 6 again. Down to the 31 and a first down as New York's -1 quarterback, again, against a +1 defensive line, finding ways to shimmy loose and outside the pocket, and then he happens to be at his full speed, stepping out of bounds past the sticks. The New York Americans are looking brilliant right now. Snaps the ball. It's going to be a run for a loss of 2. This time he hands it off. The defense of Phoenix is ready, and it's going to be a 2-yard loss. Second and 12. Second and 12. New York drops back. They come out of the huddle, hand it off, up the gut. Fullback spins away, picks up 11. The secondary roll is irrelevant. 11 yards. 10-11. It is 3rd and 1. Thanks to that -2-yard loss on first down. 3rd and 1, folks. What will they do? The crowd quiet. Quarterback, you can hear plain as day as he's hard counting, trying to draw Phoenix offside, and snaps the ball. It's going to be he's going to be flushed from the pocket on a rollout, and he rumbles for 4 and a first. And the quarterback now has run 3 times on this drive for 2 first downs. I don't know who the quarterback is, but if I did, I would be saying his name. Fantastic for Smith. Smith just rumbles for 16 yards on this drive alone. And the crowd is beginning to think maybe Smith has turned the corner here in New York. Here we go, 11. It's going to be a run for 13. He pitches it out. The running back, 16 up. So a running back here on 11 is a run for 13. However, add 1 to this. 17 and up, he's held to 4. It's going to be a 5. It's going to be a 4. Not going to do it. So 13-yard pitch out. Their halfback gets around the end down to the 5-yard line. Folks, it's 1st and goal at the 5. The crowd roars as the Americans are running the ball all over the Phoenix Apache. 1st down and goal from the 5. Snaps at 10. It's going to be a run for 11. Touchdown. He skips into the end zone untouched. When I see an 11, when they only need 5, I see that as they blow a hole, and he just skips through the center of this defense, which is also poorly in the front 7. The defensive line is porous. So narratively, I can see that 11 is these guys were just blown off the ball. Execution style, right? As the offensive line just blows this defensive line out of the way. And we're going to get running back, 5-yard run. Extra point is good. PAT. And the fans roar here as the New York Americans add to their lead. Phoenix reeling. They're going to get a kickoff return to the 21. And, all right, Phoenix, you've got to find a way to make this interesting here, Phoenix. offensively, Phoenix has got a slight edge with receivers. That's it. Defensively, the New York Americans have the edge with a -1 core linebacking unit. So right now, those Americans linebackers have caused a couple of sacks. They've picked off a pass. So in that sense, their receivers have not made up for that unit. All right, let's see what Phoenix can do here in the second quarter. That's a touchdown, folks, right there. So that's how fast we can get that touchdown. It's beautiful. That's what I meant by the pro game being faster, funner, and more explosive, like a pro, college, high school level. 20 is a touchdown, and it is 1 to 8 is a run. So they're going to run for a touchdown. So it's a handoff to their halfback on a pitch out. He's going 79 yards, and the fans here are stunned. 79-yard run for their halfback, and it is good. The PAT is good, and New York fans are stunned as a pitch out to their plus. And again, because he's a +1 back, I can comfortably say, and these guys are a +1 defensive line unit and a +1 defensive backfield, I can see that as them getting a counter run. His linebackers go strong right on a counter, and he beats that cornerback in safety to the corner, and he's gone with a +1 back. And there it is. So I can use these ratings narratively to understand what must be happening action-wise, right? And there it is. Again, those that are literal won't like games like this. I'm an abstract thinker. I love that for freedom of narrative of how these things work. So many of my peers are literal. They like to know exactly who's carrying the ball and what happened and who's making tackles. And there are other full simulators that allow for that kind of knowing, right? That kind of who's carrying the ball, what's the defensive set, right? Okay, let's kick it off. So here we go. Kickoff return by the New York Americans, who still lead thanks to early 2 touchdowns, 19-yard line. So the fans somewhat stunned, but they're happy. They are ahead. We are midway through the second quarter. It is 1st and 10 at their own 19. The New York Americans come out. We've seen 2 touchdown runs, and right now it is 14-7, New York over Phoenix. New York's final drive of the first half, and they're going to go 11. It's going to be a handoff for 11, and they're not tripped up. So another big run out to the 30-yard line. Their fullback getting that carry up the gut just tears a hole through this porous defensive front. And the secondary has to make the tackle on him at the 11. After 11, 6. It's going to be a run for 1. They try it again, folks, but it doesn't work. Second down. This time, the linebackers plug the gaps. It is 2nd and 9. It's going to be another run. This one for 5. Linebackers are going to shift it up 1. It's an 8-yard run. Linebacker misses. No, these linebackers are 0. Never mind. 13 plus 1 and run for 0. Nope, they're going to run for 5. So the linebackers don't give up the extra. They plug the hole, but they can't plug it enough with this +1. Makes it difficult. They cannot stop the back in the backfield. The back wiggles through for 5 yards, and we're up to the 36. It's 3rd down. So if you stop to see how things are going, you can formulate in your head what must be happening in the front 7. All right, it is 3rd down and 1, 2, 3, 4. 3rd and 4. Snaps the ball. It's a chance and an interception. Quarterback drops back. -1 from this. 7 and up. It's picked off. 9. Picked off. Quarterback Smith of New York, who was having such a great first half with those runs on earlier in the drive and a touchdown pass to his split end. This time, throws an ill-advised pass. This will be intercepted by, I don't know, it doesn't really matter. I'm going to give it to their linebackers as well because they're a 0. So both linebacking units will have picked off a pass. But let's see what the return is. 1. Oh, nowhere. The ball's on the ground. Holy cow. I think that's just flat lost. It is. That's right. There is no roll for a fumble. Oh, wait, no, 11 plus. So if I roll 11 plus, they will have fumbled it right back to New York. Yep, 20, right back to New York. How about that? So then linebacker fumble lost on the IR, on the interception return. So technically that is Phoenix's possession. So this New York possession must have happened in the final few minutes of the first half. They ate up enough time that Phoenix picked off a pass as the clock was ticking down. This will be linebacker IR fumble loss. So that's it. First half's over. Phoenix 7, New York Americans 14. And just like that, Phoenix squanders their final possession by fumbling the ball away back to New York. And that wraps up the first quarter, or the first half. Phoenix. So that makes this game, again, fast. Right? The kick return is 12. Ooh, Phoenix tripped up coming out. Hammered hard by a gunner and tripped up at the 12. Phoenix got a long way to go in a short time to get there. They are down by 7. But again, any drop of the dice, Phoenix could tie this game. 17 drops back to pass. He's looking. He finds a man tight end for 9 yards. Beautiful play, guys. 9 yards. It is 2nd and 1. A 9-yard strike to his tight end on a quick out. Phoenix going again. Drops back. Hands it off on a draw play. He's going to be tripped up, but he gets 6 and a first down up to the 27. Beautiful plays there for Phoenix. Total of 15 yards the last 2 plays. Snap the ball. 5. 5 is going to be a quarterback scramble. He rumbles for 3. So flush from the pocket. Quarterback runs for 3. Up to the 30. 2nd and 7. Phoenix is driving right now, folks. Snaps the ball. It's going to be 18. It's a drop back pass. The DB shifted up. It's open for 23. So the DB jumps it, and they make the fingertip catch. He steps takes 2 steps toward the out of bounds, and then is able to cut back and pick up 23 yards. 10, 20, 1, 2, 3, down to the 47. As the defense tries to jump that pass, and it does not go. There's where that +1 porous defense went from a potential 13-yard pass that could be batted down to completed thanks to the +1 DB. So that's where the DB, risky DB, 1st down and 10. Phoenix only down by 7. New York fans stunned as their DB made a break on the ball and missed it. Snaps the ball. It's going to be a chance at an interception. Yep, quarterback drops back. Pressure's coming. He gets popped from behind. Ball's in the air. DB's going to pick this off, folks. And their defensive back returns it, fumbles it. Does he fumble it back? He does. Oh, my God. It's the same thing that happened earlier. DB, interception, return, fumble, loss. That actually counts against New York. So their DB, on their possession, interception, return, fumble, loss. Phoenix takes over right here. So that is an exchange. That's technically a possession for each. New York's ended with an interception. New York's possession of the ball ended with a fumble lost on an interception. Phoenix, oh my God. So this game's going to go fast. That's how fast these possessions can go. I have subscribers and friends who don't count those as possessions. They only count if there's like 3 plays. They only count a possession if it's like 3 plays of offense or more. Which is one way to guarantee there's going to be a little higher scoring even with short possessions, and it's also going to help if they're tracking stats. But I count a possession. If the ball changes hands, it's a possession. Kick return, punt return, whatever. All right, so in that sense, you could play 6 possession quarters and get, again, more realistic, longer games. Again, for YouTube, I try to keep them short and sweet. All right, Phoenix, here we go. Phoenix gets the ball back after their quarterback throws his 2nd pick of the day. So he has thrown 1 to the linebackers, 1 to the DBs. DB fumbled it back to him. Phoenix snaps the ball 10. It's going to be a run for 11. He pitches it out to his halfback, who's already had a 79-yard run for a touchdown. They're down to the 36 and 1 carry. 1st down. The fans here don't like it when they see that halfback hit the corner. It's going to be a pass for 9, and it is batted away. 2nd down. So this time their DBs break it up. 2nd and 10, they snap the ball. It's going to be a run for a loss of 1. He hands it off to his fullback. Gets buried in the backfield, 3rd and 11. Here we go. Snaps the ball, 9. It's going to be a run for 8. He hands it off on a draw play for 8. It's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. It is 4th and 2. They're down by 7. The 3rd quarter is almost completely over. Do we kick the field goal? Or do we go for it and try to get back into this before the quarter comes to an end? I'm tempted to go for it here. Yep, gutsy call. Phoenix coach, after a timeout, has a chat with his quarterback, pats him on the butt, sends him out to the huddle. The crowd here roars as they think it's an insult. How dare you go for it against our defense? We're going to teach you a lesson. Phoenix snaps the ball. 8. It's a run. Linebackers are -1. They shift it down 1 to 3. 1st down. He gets enough. 1, 2, 3. The linebackers do make the shift, saving 5. But he needed 2. They got 3. And it's a 1st down. He was here 1, 2, 3. He was here 1, 2, 3. Yep, to the 26. 1st down by 1. The linebackers did everything they could, but that +1 back squirmed through, fought ahead, and measure and signal first down by more than a yard. And the fans here are stunned, but they are loud. And meanwhile, the Phoenix Apache pump their fists as they know they're in this ball game. Snaps the ball. 6. Going to be another run up the gut for only 1 this time. The linebackers plug those holes. 2nd down and 9. Snaps the ball. It's going to be a quarterback sack. Loss of 11. A ginormous sack. Back to the 36. It's 3rd and long. The quarterback gets up wobbly. The left tackle has to give him an arm and walk him back to the huddle as he's looking a bit shook as one of these linebackers plowed him under for a loss of 11. It is 3rd and a long way. 10, 20. 3rd and 20. Yes, 3rd and 20. Snaps the ball. 9 is not going to get it. Quarterback drops back, looks. The defensive line crashing down. Linebacker blitzes. He steps to the right, takes off on a run, and the quarterback's going to rumble for 8 yards. Down to the 28. It's 4th down. The quarterback flush from the pocket. So when you see a run, you can make sense of it. On a long or 3rd and 20, you're going to be running the ball. You're going to be passing the ball. That's just a quarterback flush from the pocket. And there it is, folks. It is now 4th. They're going to have to settle for that field goal after all here. So they were on the 29 when they went for it. They got down to the 26. They are now going to have to kick it from the 28. So in all of that, they earned 1 yard better for this kick. Okay, here we go. Snap, hold, kick. And it's 8. It's up. It's going, and it floats through. It's good. Place kicker gets a 28, 38, 45-yard field goal, and Phoenix will get on the clock midway through the 3rd. And the New York Americans return the kickoff out to the 15. Folks, we got a ball game. It is 14-10. The Phoenix Apache are given as good as they're getting here. All right, New York would like to drive down and put this game away before we start the 4th. 12. It's going to be a run for a loss of 2. They hand it off, and as he tries to spin away from tacklers and bounce it outside, he's drugged down by these linebackers. 2nd down and 12. Not good. The fans here grumble a little bit as things look like momentum has shifted for Phoenix. 2. Yep, quarterback sack, loss of 10. Oh my God, folks, they're down to the 3. 3rd down, and it's a long way to go. 10, 22. 3rd and 22. Now, this is a situation where if a run comes up, I would assume it's a handoff to just get out of trouble, right? Again, if you understand football and you understand the history of football and the situational football, you can narratively make sense of what that run is. Which is what I do. I trust people who play and understand their sport that they love, that they would make sense narratively. New York snaps the ball, 10. It's going to be indeed that run of 11. So he hands it off on a draw play. They take advantage of a defense playing back, not going to give up the sticks. 10-11, up to the 14. It's 4th down. And you could also see that as a quarterback flushed and forced to scramble. But to me, that's a draw play, trying to get it out of position so they can punt easier. And indeed, we're going to punt. Green is punt. 20. Boom! 50. 1-yard punt. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. 1-yard punt. The return is 2. Oh, just dodged a fumble. Fair catch. Wow. And Phoenix is going to start the 4th quarter. New York, after a big sack, forced to punt. Phoenix 3. New York nothing in the 4th. Folks, it's 14-10 going into the 4th quarter. Phoenix with the ball to start the 4th. And a chance to take the lead. Snaps the ball. It's going to be picked off. Yep, quarterback drops back. Pressure in his face. He throws it up again. It's going to be picked off by a DB. And that return, this is killer. The fans roar as that interception is picked. And they managed to return it back to the 28-yard line. And this is how they scored their first touchdown, folks. On an interception that put them into Phoenix, deep into Phoenix territory. And the fans roar as they hold on to a 4-point lead, and now they're situated to make it an 11-point lead. They snap the ball. It's going to be a sack for a loss of 11. Holy cow, the crowd numb as their quarterback is blindsided. 2nd and 21. They snap the ball. 3. It's going to be a fumble. Lost. Oh, the quarterback strip sack fumble. Quarterback sack fumble lost. And the Phoenix... Oh my God, he is hammered in the pocket, strip sack fumble, and as the linebacker hits him and rips him, he just comes away with the ball at the bottom of the pile right there. Phoenix has saved themselves a chance to win this game. If they had scored here, Phoenix would not have enough time, unless they got an onside kick, to come back and win it. As it is now, Phoenix can score here, and New York would have the final possession. Wow, quarterback sack fumble. Holy cow, the Phoenix Apache are playing their hearts out here in New York. Snaps the ball. It's going to be a 23-yard strike down the middle of the field to the tight end on a seam route. 10, 20, 1, 2, 3 at the 38. And they are almost in field goal range here, folks. Holy cow. And the crowd here stunned. 1st and 10. 23-yard strike. Snaps the ball. 12. It's going to be a run for a loss of 2. The quarterback drops back. Tries to scramble away and gets drugged down for a loss of 2. It's 2nd down and 12. Snaps the ball. 17. It's going to be a pass for 9. Yep, it's complete to the tight end on a quick button hook. Down to the 32. It's 3rd and 1, 2, 3, 4. 3rd and 4. A field goal, folks, will not help. They're down 14 to 10. A field goal will not help Phoenix. They must go for it. So this is 4-down territory. They got 2 downs to get it. 3rd down. Snaps the ball. It's going to be a fumble. Lost. Strip. Pow. So they hand it off to the running back, thinking we got 2 downs to get 4 yards. We're going to hand it off up the gut, and he gets a fumble lost as this -1 linebacking unit hammers him in the hole and rips the ball loose. The crowd goes nuts as that linebacker comes up with the ball, and New York now has got this one unless they turn it over. Remember, my rules state you must complete a drive, which can allow for a potential pick 6 or something. So New York, there's too much time for them just to end it. They have to finish the drive, right? Here we go. New York snaps the ball. It's going to be 8. It's going to be a run for 5. Linebackers actually there. It's going to be a run for nothing. So it went from 5 to nothing thanks to a linebacking unit that is on the spot. 2nd down and 10. So they tried to run, and those linebackers wrapped him up. Snaps the ball. It's going to be a fumble. Lost. Oh, pow. They hand it off to the fullback. Fumble lost right there. Unfortunately, that's the final possession. There's not enough time. Holy cow. If that had been an interception, there could be a chance at a return, but it's a fumble, so there is no chance at a return. You can, of course, change those rules and give yourself... Oh, wait, no, it ain't lost. We have to roll. It is lost. Oh, no, it is fumble lost. It came up on the chart. I was thinking it was a punt return, kickoff return. Fumble lost. Look at this. We had an interception, a sack fumble lost, a running back fumble lost, a fullback fumble. So the 4th quarter was all 4 possessions were turnovers. So this was an ugly pro game. I would imagine maybe this was a wet, muddy day, miserable weather or something. Lots of fumbles, a couple of picks. Nobody scores in the 4th. Who would have thunk it? The New York Americans hold on to win this game. We got that field goal. Wow. So 10 to 14. The New York Americans at home win it 10 to 14. They're 1-0. Phoenix is 0-1. You got to give Phoenix credit, man. They worked their butts off, taking the ball away in the 2nd half, trying desperately to win this. Unfortunately, they succumb to a very opportunistic defense. This defense took the ball away from Phoenix 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. So New York, Phoenix, with 5 turnovers. New York, what's the turnover ratio? Because New York turned it over 1, 2 on a fumble return. Hardly counts. 3. So only a +2 turnover ratio for New York. So Phoenix with 5 turnovers, New York +2 turnover ratio. But that's enough to take away 2 possessions that Apaches could have maybe scored, which would have won them the game. And there you have it, folks. Again, I have a friend and a subscriber who said I'm going to be playing more BCF, Big Country Pro Football. Are you thinking about playing? And ironically, I have literally been planning on playing more BCF football, 2D20 football. For those who don't know, we're talking about the 2D20 version, this version. And so I decided to dig this pro game out and play a couple of games from my Field General Football set. And this chart and these teams, along with a couple other leagues, are available free on the Google Drive for those who want to try out Big Country Pro Football. This rule book is also available So if you want to play, make your own teams, and design your own league, as well as off-season, the Pro PDF is also available free in that file on Google Drive. So thanks for watching. Bye-bye.